Stand by to initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2. 1. Mark.
Welcome back to the Resupply with me, guy next door.
And me, Than.
Bringing you your... I mean, at this point, I shouldn't really use the word weekly, but weekly double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force. Hello to you, chat. Hopefully you guys are all well. Welcome in. Good morning to you, Than. How the bloody hell are you, my friend? What's I feel like it's been ages since I've seen you. Cheers.
Well, I mean, it's been a couple weeks. I mean, there was there was vacation for me, and then vacation for you, and then here we are. So yeah, so it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
that'll happen.
It'll happen. You know, we're busy.
It'll happen.
Social butterflies are the three of us. Well, most of the time.
Two of us.
Two of us. Unfortunately, as you guys can see, DK is not with us today. He has been hit hard by that nasty bitch, and so he's out for the count for the next little bit. So hopefully he's all right over the week. Fast recovery to you, brother. Hopefully you feel well. And obviously you've come off not with the Rona, but you had some gremlins, I believe.
Yeah, I got back from vacation and had some like sinus allergy bullshit. I mean, go from DFW to Vegas, super dry air, which totally just, kind of destroyed my throat. And
I feel they
was in Los Angeles for a couple of days, and like where I was staying was like very close to the ocean, so everything kind of all like re-moistened. I was like, oh, okay, we're good. And then I got home, and a couple of days after getting home was like, no, actually, this is not great. You've come right back into spring in Texas, where like every fucking thing is blooming, which is always a winning strategy. So like so Wednesday, I straight up just Wednesday last week, I straight up just took the day off. Like,
nice.
Like it was like nah. This is why I have paid sick time. And so my alarm goes off at like 6:30 in the morning. I woke up and was like, nah, it's not happening. By like 6:45, by like 6:45, I'd let everybody know that I needed to know that I was not signing in. Whatever, no big deal. And crawl back into bed. My head hit the pillow, and at like 12:30, I woke up.
That sounds like a regular weekday for me. I'm glad you're feeling a little better. Bear with us today, kids, because Than's computer is dying a very slow, painful death. So you might notice some delay or some crazy flashing lights, or some just general weirdness coming from his side. No,
this is very irritating, because replacing this computer right now is not super in the budget, because the other like really awesome thing that happened for me this week was basically I got told by work that I am allowed to leave Texas but keep my job.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll pretend like I didn't already know that.
yeah, I mean,
oh my god.
You know what? God. Theater of the mind, but not really, because you're on video, so it's not really theater of the mind and all that. I guess for the people listening later on Spotify and whatnot, it will be theater of the mind. Listen to Steve-O as he is very shocked at this news that I told him like 3 days ago.
It's so funny, because like us reacting to my reaction is longer than what the news was.
Yeah, well, that's...
Eventually, I'll
fun
upload
sometimes.
all of these to Spotify and YouTube. I'm so behind. I think we're like 5 episodes behind on the other platforms, so we'll get there eventually. I've been doing other stuff, but that's awesome, bro. That's cool. So, have you got a rough time frame in mind when you're heading
Yeah,
elsewhere?
yeah. There's a whole bunch of moving pieces to this, obviously, because moving halfway across the country is not necessarily. I mean, it's not a quick slash easy process because I do have things here to unwind.
Yeah.
Plus, we have our EP release show that we're doing. Um, so now I had already told Matt, my bass player, like when I put this request in like 6 weeks ago, that this was a thing that I was trying to do.
Mm.
So I was able to tell him last night at rehearsal that yep, it's a thing. So our EP release show is going to be June 10th, and that's going to be our last show.
Wow.
Which there's a certain level of irony to you know both versions of this band. The last show being an album release show.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time it wasn't intentional. I mean, that was COVID's fault.
Yeah.
Um, this time though, it's like, yeah, no, it's just it's just how the timing is going to work. So I'm planning a trip back out to the Portland area like the week of the 23rd next month,
Yeah.
so I can figure out my housing situation. Because I kind of need to make sure that I've got that lined up.
Yeah, you kind of need a place to
Um,
live. It's fairly important.
yeah, yeah, and then once I've got that lined up, and the plan is to sell my current house and buy a new one there. Um,
They've got
so
laser
once
force
I kind
there
of,
here.
I mean, they've got a couple of FECs apparently, but
Yeah, there's
I'll
no
figure that
like
out.
there's no members base, but who knows? Maybe becomes the new center of West Coast laser force. Who knows? Maybe.
I mean, that sounds like a lot of work.
I mean, it'll be you and JoJo, who sometimes graces us with his presence in chat, and
Yeah.
maybe some Sacramento kids. But Sacramento's not actually that close to Portland, is it?
I mean, it's like an hour and a half flight,
Yeah,
and it's like an 8 or 9 hour drive,
yeah,
depending upon how fast you're going. I
yeah.
mean,
Right.
it's not, it's it's like 600 miles. I think it's like 1,000 Ks.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not. I mean, you could do it maybe. Now. What else you been up to? Obviously, you went on vacation. We're just having a chat. Just catch up. Because we haven't talked for ages, so we might as well
Yeah.
do it in front of you guys.
Yeah,
um.
pretty much.
But yeah, how was your vacation?
So vacation was fucking great.
Yeah.
Like I said, 4 days in Vegas, 2 days in Los Angeles. Vegas was cool. Did did Vegas a little nicer in quotes than I normally travel
Yeah.
because it was, I mean, so I was basically there for my birthday. And the last couple years through, various reasons, my birthday hasn't exactly been all good tidings
Mm.
and whatnot. I've never really historically made a huge deal about my birthday. But this time was like, nah, I'm gonna stay at a nicer hotel than I normally stay at. I'm gonna eat at some nicer restaurants than I normally eat at. All that good stuff. So that
Mm-hmm.
was really fun. That was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Had some very good meals as far as that goes. Actually got out to the Grand Canyon for the
Nice.
first time, which was very cool. The west Grand Canyon West is like it's like a 2.5 hour drive from
Mm.
from Vegas, and it's on tribal land. So the money that you're paying is supporting the local tribe, and I'm like, cool, I'm good with
Perfect.
that.
Yeah.
But they've also got this like skywalk thing
I've seen that
that,
thing. Looks like a
oh
horseshoe,
dude,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fucking awesome.
Really?
So the horseshoe portion of the skywalk, I mean, it's like 6 to 8 feet wide. I mean, it's pretty decently wide,
Yeah.
but like there's like 18 inches on each side that are opaque,
Yeah.
and then the middle is clear, and it's 3,500 feet straight down.
Wow, dude, that's awesome.
It is pretty mind-boggling.
Yeah.
But like watching people like be like standing on the opaque park, like looking at the clear and just being like, nope, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is stupid. Why did I do this? And it's like, I mean, it's like 6 layers of plexi that
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
standing on,
That's
and it's
as solid as
literally like,
concrete.
yeah, I mean, it's literally like, multiple inches thick. There's multiple redundancy on it. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, but of course, so people are like freaking out, like, no, 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 no. And of course, me being me, I just step out in the middle of it and start like tap dancing on it because I'm
You
an
do the
asshole.
jump.
Yeah, pretty much. And people were like, "Could you stop that?" I'm like, "No, fine." But no, that was really really cool.
Mm.
Like I said, it was the first time I'd been to the Grand Canyon, so it was like, yeah, no, I can do that. That's fine. And then yeah, and then Los Angeles for a couple of days to hang out with my cousin, who her place is literally like 2 blocks from the beach.
Mm.
Which when she picked me up Thursday night at like 11:30 at night, it was very dark, obviously, and we're driving back to her place, and I didn't really have a visual on like how close to the water she actually
Yeah.
was because it was
It's
fucking
dark,
dark.
yeah.
Yeah, and then like the next morning as we're leaving to go do something, like we get out of the driveway in the security parking lot that she's in, and I look like, okay, the ocean should be that way, and I look and I'm like, oh, you weren't fucking kidding about how fucking close you are. Like it was like literally like it's literally a block and a half, 2 blocks.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was, yeah, that was pretty fucking cool. And then,
Yeah.
14 and a half hours at Disneyland on the Saturday, um, because I had one day and I hadn't been to the parks in 10 years.
Gotta do it.
And I needed to do the new Star Wars
Yeah, oh,
area,
dude,
which
did you do the lightsaber build or?
okay, so I did not do the lightsaber build because at that point I kind of looked at my budget
Oh, how
for
much
what
is
I'd
it?
spent. No, I didn't even look and see how much it was because I looked at how much I'd already spent on the vacation and went, I need to not, because if I look at that, it doesn't matter how much it is, I'm gonna want to do it,
Oh,
and I really
100%.
cannot afford, and I really cannot afford with other things that I know are coming up to do that.
Yeah.
That seems silly. So no, I didn't. But I did get to ride both Rise of the Resistance and Smuggler's Run, which are
Right.
the two new rides in there. Bro,
So good.
fuck. Like just so fucking good. Just like I mean it's Disney, so it's going to be the total
Mm.
proper immersive experience and all that, but they're both just like fucking next level,
So
which is
after
ridiculous.
after West Coast, I obviously went to Utah and then
Yeah.
Vegas. And while I was in Utah, Eves was like, "Oh, hey, we're going to Disney, the day that you're thinking about going down to Vegas, so we could just easily drop you in Vegas." And Eves' wife was like, "Why don't you just come with us to Disney?" And I was like, oh my gosh, I hadn't even considered that as a possibility. And I'm out about it, but in the end, I was like, I think it's too late to cancel and get refunded on my hotels and shit. But if I had planned it better, I should, and especially in hindsight, I should have just taken, like, bitten the bullet and gone with them, because I completely forgot that the Star Wars stuff was at Disney. And I think they've got some Marvel stuff at California, right? There's some Marvel.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
completely
which is
flaked on
which
that
is
too.
which is which is why I had to do the park hopper pass.
Yeah.
So, and of course, the Saturday that I went was it was basically a bridging weekend between two different spring break weeks with different
Oh,
from
yeah.
different school districts in the area. So of course it was top tier pricing
Yeah.
for that weekend because so yeah, so my 1 day park hopper was $224.
Fuck.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
that's pricey, man. But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, given what I've heard about the parks and given your experience, I would imagine it's 100% worth it.
Oh yeah, no, it was. I mean, again, it had been 10 years since I'd been to
Yeah,
either park. So it was cool seeing the things that had changed. It was
yeah.
cool seeing the things that hadn't changed. Yeah, they've taken part of California ad adventure and turned it into full Avengers
Damn.
section, which is awesome. But
God,
of course,
Jen.
like you have to park hopper to see both things in one day
Gotcha.
because Avengers is in California Adventure, Star Wars
Scumbags.
is
They
in
know.
Disneyland.
They know. Sons of
Yeah.
bitches.
Um,
Well,
but but the one thing was on Star Wars, and then I'll let us move on, I
yeah.
promise. So my cousin had said something in the initial, because she's a huge Disney head and is there all the time, that I didn't necessarily initially understand. Like, when you're in Star Wars, you've left Disney completely. I was
Yeah.
kind of like, okay. And so, but now having been there, I understand, because in most of Disney, depending upon where you are, like, you usually have some type of sight line to some type of landmark. You can usually see like Sleeping Beauty's castle. You can usually see the Matterhorn. You can usually see something that gives you a frame of reference for, um, there's other pieces to this park that I'm in.
Yeah.
You don't get that in Star Wars. The way that they've built it and done the sight lines,
That's so
you're
awesome, man.
there and you're just immersed. Like, we did the rides in on the day. I deliberately went back after dark and got some pictures after dark, because with it all lit up is, yeah, it's just some next level
Damn it.
shit. And yeah, is it cheap? Fuck no. No, it's not cheap in any way, shape, or form. But did I think it was worth it? Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. No, it was
I
so
really
again, yeah.
wish I'd have done
Overall,
that.
great fucking vacation.
Damn it.
Great vacation.
Well, next time, I know, don't go to Vegas, go to Disney. I think part of my thing was because I was by myself in Vegas, like, I didn't enjoy it as much as I have in the past.
Right.
I need, for that stuff, not for everything, but seemingly for Vegas, I now know that I kind of need, companions to hang out
Make it
with.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
But that's okay. Well, so whilst you were off on vacation and then having a bit of a sick day, I went down to Christchurch. Got to play some disc golf with my cousins. Had an
Nice.
amazing day. Came home with this bad boy right here. I won the custom printed Battle of the Cousins disc, and oh man, it was excellent, excellent for the soul. I have cut
Nice.
a replay of the first hole. I'm going to work on doing the other three because we played 4 rounds in total over the one day. It was 9 holes, 9 holes, 9 holes, 18 holes.
Shit. It's a lot
It
of
was,
walking.
oh yeah, we did, like, I would have done easily 10K over the day. It was dope. It was so much fun. But yeah, it was such a good way to hang out with Fano and catch up with the cousins, out like doing something really positive. So I've been saying it all week long, but if you get the opportunity to do something with either the Fano you were born into or the Fano that you get to choose, make the most of it, because it's really enriching for the soul. We Jen in chat, she hung out with us like basically all day.
Nice.
Hashtag all 16. It was so good. It was so much fun. Now
Be like
this
all
week,
45. That'd be like all 45. The holes. Yeah.
all 45 holes, yeah.
Yeah.
This week,
Wait, that sounds like a porn. Never mind.
hashtag all 45. Oh no. Oh my god, check out the size of his disc. Oh, you're terrible.
I'm terrible.
Yeah, that was all you. Yeah, you're terrible.
Yeah, yeah. No, you didn't take that and expand on it in any way, shape, or form. You are totally blameless, and this is my fault, dick.
That's how I live my life in general. Right.
Fair.
So, All 16 sound the same. Yeah, exactly right. Good morning. Or good morning. Yeah, it's the morning for you guys. Good morning. Right, so also this week, bit of Laser Force news. We're what, 25 minutes in? No Laser Force as of yet, but we were visited by long-time Auckland member, and is currently an expat living in Sydney. Leach came home for the weekend this week, and we got to play a little bit of Space Marines. We did have to play around some public because there was a large scouts group that booked in, which honestly I'm 100% fine with. Anytime Laser Force gets a massive booking, that's a good thing. Unless it's all the time, and then it's a little irritating. But but in this instance,
even then, it's money, it's income.
Exactly.
We like it when sites are making money, because if sites are making
100%.
money, they stick around, and then we get to play lasers.
Exactly
it's cool.
right.
Yeah.
Now, as a result of that, they basically management said you've got about an hour and a half where you need to play around them of the 3 hours, and we need you to play 10-minute games. And we were like, okay, well, I mean, and what hadn't even occurred to me, but thanks to talking with Tucker and playing in Loveland, now understand that 10-minute Space Marines is actually a doable thing. So we changed it. We changed the games down to 10 minutes. And unfortunately, we only had 5 aside because there's only 10 of us, but still, like 5 aside, 10-minute Space Marines is
better than nothing.
Yeah, and is actually still an enjoyable game mode. So we got to play a bunch of Space Marines, and then once they left, we got to play a few more games at 15. My goodness, it feels good to play some Space Marines. It was so much fun. We had really competitive games.
Nice.
There was one game actually. And as a result of Leech being there, we were also joined by 2K King, which we haven't seen King play down at Lasers for quite some time because he is busy bettering himself as a human. So, doing selfish stuff like that. But no, it was it was awesome not only seeing the two of them, but it was awesome playing with them again because highly competitive games were a result of it. There was one game that put me, Light, and I can't remember who else. It might have been Leech or King on the same team as each other, and I was playing Heavy, and Light was Scout, I think, and I was like, oh, we've got this game in the bag. This is going to be easy. And then I shit the bed. And yeah, which was a little disappointing, but I think you guys said that's why you play the games. Yeah. So, it was great fun. And then to cap the night off, we played a laser ball. We played laser ball because the boys hadn't played before and they were interested to see how the game worked. We shifted the bases around as well, and it was an interesting format of the game with the bases changed where they were. Instead of being,
which you guys shift them to?
Well, so instead of the current configuration is that we have the green base on the back of the green wall. In green base, in red base there is there's been a red wall put in the middle of red base, and the base is on the back of that, but you can see it from like down the back corridor, so it's not super great because you can kind of get the base from down there and defeats the purpose. And then in red disco there's a blue gen, which is that's the neutral target, and then on the opposite side of that in horseshoe there's a orange target. So we switched yellow target. So we switched to blue and yellow. And it really cramped down the amount of space, and you really had to get in there in order to actually get the bases. So it was a different buzz. I don't think it really evened up the playing field. So what we're gonna try and do next is we're gonna just get a couple of boxes and enclose the red and the green targets in the boxes, so you have to be in front of them in order to get them, because I think that's going to be fairer and a little less cramped in, so it's a little less dangerous for high velocity play. But yeah, it was really, really cool. Felt really awesome to be able to actually get in the maze, play some quality Laser Force, and just see how badly I've actually regressed. um, yeah, it's a little depressing, but never mind. We'll get there. But yeah, I loved it. Hopefully the boys had a great time. Hopefully we see King down there a little more often. We'll see though. We'll see what happens. He's a busy fella. But yeah, that's kind of how the last couple of weeks have been for us. We did get to play Lasers the week before that as well, I think, or the week before that. I can't remember. There was a week that we got to play, which I forgot to talk about on stream, but it was great. Anytime you get to play,
It all kind of blends together after a while. It blends.
Yeah. Right. We had some news this week.
We did.
Some news
Amazingly.
that we might as well talk about because we've been harping on about it for the last month, it feels like. Currently still doing assignments. Yeah, again, you're busy trying to better yourself, which makes you selfish. No, fuck with you. No, that's a good thing, dude. It's very much a good thing.
Sure.
But yeah, hey Than. Yeah. Than, what happened this week?
I mean, you mean in terms of lasers? You mean things actually getting scheduled for
For a change.
For some type of laser force event this July?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing. Amazingly. So after the Loveland fall through, which was very kind of disappointing, that
Yeah.
that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Um, so Syracuse has stepped up to the plate, and they're going to be running an event during July. So they're basically running the week of July 18th to the 23rd,
Yeah.
is what it is. And they're doing it basically similar format to what they did last year, where there was like a main 3-day event and then a secondary 2-day event of something else, basically so that people have some choices as to, if they want to be there for the full week, they can do everything. If they can only get, a certain amount of time off, they can do, the front half of the back half of the week and still, be able to get there and hang out and, chill with the people.
Yeah.
So I mean that's the big breaking news. As far as that goes. We don't have costs or anything yet. We just have the days so people can actually, if they decide to, they can buy their tickets and get there.
So I see here on the event, and like you said, it's kind of half the week is one thing and the other half is another. How did they run that last time? Because I read this, it says Monday through Wednesday will be a 3-day normal team tournament, then Thursday and Friday 2-day SM5 event. Now the way that reads is, and I don't think this is the case, but the way it reads is that the first 3 days will be team standard.
Yeah,
and then they'll play Space Marine.
Whoever wrote that didn't do a really good job of copywriting. But English is hard. Words are hard. So what they did last year, and I'm kind of doing this off of hearsay because I wasn't there last year.
Right.
It's like the first 3 days were a standard Space Marines 5 tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last 2 days were also Space Marines 5, but it was I can't remember if they randomly drew the teams or just went, fuck it, everybody can mix with everybody and that's fine. I don't remember if there was cap or anything, but then like random draw positions.
Right.
So my understanding is that it's both, it's all Space 5. It's just one of them is Space 5 in a normal, in quote, structure, and one of them is Space 5 in a Chaos Cup of Destiny fuck you structure.
Were you at that last one?
No, pay attention. I just
Yeah.
said I wasn't.
Yeah. I thought that I heard that, but I was unsure. You know what?
No,
You know what it was? I was watching. I was listening to you talk, and then I looked down at like the little avatar that's like down here, and I was like, man, they look so much like you. And then I got I had this full conversation in my head.
Well,
I was trying to concentrate on what you were saying. I just like managed to distract myself, and I was like, "Oh no, I think I've missed some key
I'm happy
information."
that the conversation in your head is more important than the show that we're doing for, the ones of people watching
I
us.
think
That's cool, bro. I appreciate it.
maybe I've
Makes me
got.
feel real good. Makes me feel real good in my heart to be doing this show right now. Where you're like, oh, fan is so boring that I'm just gonna have a conversation in my head, and that's way more interesting.
Oh no,
So
I
sure,
just
sure,
it's
bro.
so bad. Maybe I've got ADD. I don't know. This is a very, very, very possible thing. My brain sabotaged me. Exactly right, Jen. I was normally I could like fake it, but this time I got called out because I asked a question.
Well,
That's
so
what.
no, normally you can fake it because DK is here also.
Yeah, I just let
And
you guys
so
do
and
do
so
your
and so
thing.
yeah. You zone the fuck out. DK and I can't carry the show for like 5 minutes while you're like, oh, look at the butterflies. Ooh, look at the butterflies. And then you come back and it's like, and we're good enough at quickly recapping you so that you can be like, oh, okay, I'm back now.
Yeah, sorry.
Sure.
I was just gonna say like because like it's pretty like Wispy did a pretty spot on job.
Oh
Use
yeah,
this
no,
all the time.
they fucking killed it
Oh, they
with
did such a
those
good job.
avatars for sure.
Yeah. Mine is way thinner. It's very generous. Be very generous. Um, yeah, right. So you didn't go to the last one. Are
No,
you?
no, I did not.
But you have well, not no interest, but you're not attending this next one, are you?
No, there's now that I know I have a cross country move coming up,
Yeah.
so some likely in July, maybe in August, again, depending upon how my my housing situation sorts itself out. There's just no way, especially with the price of
Technical timeout.
hiring movers for a cross country move. I got my first I got my first quote the other day and just about had a minor heart attack. Um,
That's I think that's just the old age catching up with you.
no, I mean, so when my
Cheeseburgers.
ex-wife and I moved from California to Texas back in 2014, I think it was somewhere in like the 5 to 6K range
Yeah.
for everything. I'm like, okay, fine. And so I was not expecting 5 to 6K again because I mean it's 8 years later. There's a the fuel is more expensive. There's a little more stuff to move, this, that, the other, whatever. I was not expecting $11,500.
Oh, Jesus.
So needless to say, I've got a couple more quotes that are that are a couple more companies coming out to quote
Right.
early next week, just so I can get an idea of, was that first company taking the piss, or is this just where we are
Just
right now? And if it's
just
where
burn it.
if it's
Just burn it all. Click the check, and then and head out. Head out west. You and the cats.
yeah, they tend to frown on insurance fraud. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, especially when you say it in a public forum. Damn it!
Yeah,
Uh,
so thanks for that, Stevo.
don't burn it. Okay, don't do it. Do you know if DK's heading out? I don't think he is either, right?
Um, Last I talked to him, he wasn't. But I mean, as with anything, that can change at a moment's notice because
True.
it's not like the three of us aren't susceptible to FOMO.
I
I'm
would
just
like.
gonna throw that out there that is actually a relatively common thing amongst the three of us
We'd like to sit
to
towards
get FOMO'd.
our own FOMO as well. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, fuck. I kind of want to go do that now. Shit.
And then the others
And
are
then
like, oh, you
suddenly
definitely should do. Oh my god, you should definitely do FOMO.
it's it's almost like we are all both at the same time really good influences and really fucking terrible influences on each other. Like
Hey,
there
Slam
is
Man.
this definite kind of circular good bad influence thing happening. It's great.
FOMO, fear of missing lasers. Well put, Slam Man. Well put.
Yeah,
Also,
bro. I like
hello.
that.
It's been fucking ages since we've seen you. How the hell are you? Um, yeah. So okay. Well, so potentially none of the resupply are going to this tournament, but if anyone out there does have the means and the time to go to this tournament, I highly recommend that you do. This one, I wouldn't say would be potentially the last one of the year. There could be something later in the year, but I think if people are looking at coming down to New Zealand seriously next year, this could very well be the last tournament that is played in the States before that happens. Maybe early next year, but I can't imagine so.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, just
hey,
to
Troy.
give people a chance to save. Although like the airfares right now um to Syracuse, regardless of how you do it, if you fly into Syracuse directly or if you fly into Albany and rent a car and drive or whatever, like the airfares right now for anybody who is priced flying, airfares suck
Oh yeah,
at 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 the moment. One might
fairly
say
shit.
that they suck the smelliest of dicks.
Oh, one might say that. One shouldn't though. Uh,
But I did.
um, so on that, there has been rumblings. There's been rumblings of a Trans Tasman something. Almost GPU level prices. Exactly right, Slam Man.
Although although GPUs are getting cheaper at the moment, which is great.
Yeah,
So
it's not like the last 12 months where everything was like, oh, yeah, cool, we're just going to tack on a zero at the end of that. Enjoy your new computer build. Um, yeah, so there's been rumblings of something Trans-Tasman happening this year. And if that all goes to plan, I'd imagine that it'll be held here in New Zealand. I have a feeling that I haven't actually asked them, but I have a feeling that Auckland Laser Force would be pretty on board with it. If we can, we'll try and do some like traveling around and play some other sites and stuff. Uh, Obviously there's now within there's probably a 50k radius. I think there's 5 laser force sites or 4 laser force sites within Auckland.
that doesn't suck.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And then there's some out of Auckland, so if people wanted to actually come over for a week or like 5 days or whatever, we can figure that out. But there is rumblings. There are people that have to use flight credits this year, so that might be something for people to do. And if we do end up having a Trans Tasman something, then we'll probably make it more in line with the East Coast, West Coast kind of tournaments. So it'll be not necessarily site-locked teams, but rather maybe we'll do, I don't know, some sort of salary cap or, just random draw the whole thing. Who knows? We'll figure something out. But if people are keen, I'm actually heading off. I'm coming to Brisbane, not next week, but the week after. And I think while I'm there, I'll get to play some lasers
Nice.
at Brisbane. So if that is the case, then I'll try and gauge some interest with the Brisbane locals. Obviously, you guys, can, like Troy, if you wanted to reach out to the rest of the cats. Same thing for you, Al. I don't know how many of your guys would be keen to come over in like somewhere between August and October. But it's something that we could potentially make happen. So. But that's very exciting. But there's no dates for that yet. That's just we're in the very early stages of making something like that happen. I think the week you are here is our first week back due to public holidays. Yeah, Rusty actually messaged me in the weekend, and then I sort of brought it up with him. He sent me a picture. Somebody has started GND's fish and chip shop over in somewhere in Queensland. So I very much enjoyed that.
Awesome.
He just sent it to me out of the blue. I was like, that's really cool. I'll see if I can really quickly find it. Here we go. That, ladies and gentlemen, you can barely see it, but you get the idea. GND's fish and chips. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's a dream come true. But yeah, so East Coast should be cool. For anyone that hasn't played Syracuse, their arena plays a lot differently to most of the other tournament sites out there, given that it's all one level,
One floor,
massive, and very, very high walls. So you can't shoot over walls like you can in the other sites. So everything is played basically standing up, or played fairly fast, versus this crouching behind walls bullshit, which I hate. And also the floors are like running on the cloud. We've waxed poetic about the Syracuse foam in prior episodes. I would love it if that was a thing that just got put in standard for laser tag arenas. It'd be so sweet. But yeah, you should go if you can. If you can. I can't go. It's very far away.
If you can't, well, that happens too.
Yeah.
For various reasons.
It's a shame because Air New Zealand have just about to start non-stop flights to New York from Auckland.
What are they flying in? What are they flying into? Are they flying into
here in Chicago?
No. I'm like which New York airport are they flying into?
Oh, I don't know actually, because there's 3, right?
Yeah, there's LaGuardia, there's Newark, which is in New Jersey, but it's technically the same area. What is the third one?
New York, LaGuardia, JFK, and
JFK. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and Newark.
And Newark. Okay.
Yeah.
So are they flying into?
I don't know.
JFK
I have no idea actually. I think I don't actually know when they're doing it. I think that was something that was coming, but I don't know when it's coming. Yeah, it'll be pretty cool once it happens. But that flight, I would imagine that flight. Oh, dude, that's got to be ages, right? That's at least. Oh, here we go. New York City.
It's like 16 from O'Hare to Auckland, and the only reason I know that is because that was the flight that I was originally going to be coming down on, in 2020, before the world ended. And Chicago to New York, I mean, that's another that's like an extra 2.5, 3 hours. So 18.5 to 19 hours, that's a long time on a plane.
Oh, yeah.
When my ex-wife and I flew down to Australia in 2016 for her sister's wedding, we did a nonstop from DFW to Sydney on Qantas, and that was just under 16 hours. And I'm normally somebody that doesn't have a problem being on planes. Like I love flying. Like, let me get on a plane, let me get somewhere, I'm good. I got to about the 13 to 14 hour mark on that flight, and I was like, I need to get the fuck off this plane. I had totally just hit my fucking threshold. I was like, nope, I'm done. The last 2 hours of that flight were fucking miserable. But there is the argument that if you don't have to land and have a couple hour layover and then get back on a plane, if you can do it in one hit, just those last couple of hours they're a little rough.
Yeah. Plain stay. Yeah, aerodynamics is fucked. It says here direct flights to JFK. I've done a quick search. If you want to fly direct to JFK in October, $2,300 return. For
that's not bad.
Non-stop flights. That's quite cheap. It's cheaper to do that than doing the layover In fact, it's significantly cheaper. The layover flights are an extra $1,800. So basically, it's almost double to do the layover flight, which makes sense because I'd imagine that they burn more gas and it's longer or whatever. I don't know, some bullshit. But that's awesome actually. Maybe I will go to West Coast, East Coast. No, definitely not. But yeah, that's actually decent. It makes traveling a little easier in the future, which I'm very excited about. Because I love New York. I love New York City. It's dope. Although Syracuse not that close to New York City,
No,
in the grand
it's really
scheme of
not.
things. Oh, it's really not, especially if you're driving. It sucks. But yeah, anyway, I'm very excited that actually some dates got put in and like some actual plans got made, because over the last month we've had a bit of a roller coaster with whether something was actually going to get done. Obviously, Loveland put their hat in the ring, and then for whatever reason, that changed. Same.
The hat got taken back out. Yeah.
Yeah. Did
They
we
put the right hand in. They took the right hand out.
do we know what happened there exactly? Like,
Not a clue.
damn.
We just know that it didn't happen.
It fell over.
That is, yeah, it just fell over. That is the extent. We're in barrels. That is the extent of my knowledge.
What a shame, absolute shame. But like they just hosted our tournament, which was basically probably more of an internationals than internationals was going to be this year. So
I mean, four fucking countries. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I know obviously tournaments in Europe you can get four countries just by sneezing and because they're right next door.
COVID. That's
But
how
I mean,
you get
you yeah, pretty much. But you get four countries being represented at a tournament literally kind of in the middle of the U.S. Like that's
pretty dope. I
yeah,
think
pretty
that's
fucking
a
awesome.
testament to how thirsty
Insane people are.
how thirsty people are to play Laser Force, particularly how to play like competitive Space Marines. Speaking of which, and maybe we'll have to catch up with Smalley next week or sometime soon. But they actually just went on a excursion last weekend all the way to Germany to play.
Yes.
And I believe met up with our friend Marcus. And yeah, proceeded to play a bunch of tag over there. Do you know what formats they played? I assumed it was Space Marines, but
I'm not sure. She popped into my stream yesterday or the day before and had mentioned that they had gone to Germany and done the things, but like I didn't really get a chance to get too into like what formats they had played and whatnot. But yeah, no, I definitely want to get a recap / update to that and apparently later today they're doing a whole bunch of lasers in their neck of the woods. They're going to like 4 or 5 sites this weekend. So it's like yeah, we're have some things to ask her.
Happy. Yeah, that makes me so happy that they're playing like a bunch of Laser Force there. Lucy also said they went and played the last kind of sessions that the oldest laser tag in the Czech Republic had before they closed, which is always sad. It's always sad when a site closes. Really awesome.
But
you guys
apparently
got to send it off.
but apparently that site is being reopened relatively close with like new stuff. So it's not a if I'm remembering the stuff that she put into the Discord correctly, like that site it's a goodbye, but it's not a forever goodbye.
Okay, well that's positive.
It's like a Time Lord. It's going to regenerate.
Yes, like a Time Lord, it's gonna regenerate. I know, I get that reference.
Yeah.
um, she did also put a video. She's been making a couple of videos and posting them up in the Discord. So yeah, if anyone wants to check those out, join the Discord. Have a watch. Pretty great videos. Yeah. It's very, very awesome to see that people are out there now playing some laser tag, and I think we're through the black cloud that is COVID lockdowns, COVID shenanigans, and we're heading towards bright skies, greener pastures. You know, I think
And
that's
stuff.
where we're heading.
We can hope.
I've managed to dodge the old Rona so far. Knock on wood.
Good for you. Da 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 da.
What?
Oh, look at me. I'm fucking Steve-O. I fucking managed to fucking dodge COVID for all this fucking time. Good for you.
Wow, considering how much plane travel I've been on during pandemics, I'd say I've lucked out a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Not wrong.
considering like so my some of my family up north have just gotten over the Rona, and I'm like, how the hell did you get it? You guys live out in the wops. But I'd imagine kids and stuff bring this. Kids are gross. Yuck.
Accurate.
Right. Is there anything else you wanted to add onto that?
No, I think I think we've covered that to the extent that we can cover it at this point for today.
So, yeah, I would like to. We'll probably look to have a chat with Smalley in the next couple of weeks and see if she wants to come on. Obviously, the time difference is real fucked these days, so we might have to do some shimmying of the time space continuum to make it happen. But we can look to make it happen. Speaking of that, it's heading into the winter months down here, and as a result, I would imagine that we'll spend a little more time doing things in the Discord. Obviously, the sports lounge is kicking, but I do want to bring back some of the movie nights. Wayne's World was actually on the cards to watch, but I think we might be overdue. We talked about it, I think, earlier this year or the end of last year. We talked about it a bunch. Doing the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Super Rugby Weekend is on. What is Super Rugby Weekend? Are you just talking about regular Super Rugby?
Troy, stop distracting Steve-O. He had a train of thought. Stop distracting him.
Sports?
Squirrel!
Sports? But yeah, we have talked about doing the Lord of the Rings. Oh, yes, please. Oh, yeah, but isn't that over the next couple of weeks? I thought that's over the next couple of weeks. No? I don't know. I don't know how it works. Sports Lounge. Get amongst it, kids. But yeah, we'll look to do the Lord of the Rings movies in Discord. It's not the most comfortable place necessarily to watch a movie of that length, but given that a bunch of us will be in there watching, that'll be a bit of fun. And also following that, we'll look to do a rewatchables on Lord of the Rings, because it's, I guess, Laser Force adjacent. That's why we're doing that one. Do we have any more after that?
Have any more adjacent? Huh. I mean, I mean, technically, Fugitive or Running Man would be Laser Force adjacent in both cases.
Yeah.
I mean, Lord of the Rings is Laser Force adjacent for D&D intro, just how that goes. Yeah, I'm sure there's something else besides Fugitive / Running Man after. I mean, for fuck's sake, we did fucking Starship Troopers as adjacent. We can fucking justify almost anything, I think. We're good like that.
We are good like that.
Yeah.
All this weekend in Melbourne, I don't know if that's accurate because they're playing each other again the following week. So what are you on about? I don't know what you're on about. First of all, love the Doctor reference. First of all, hope your cousins who failed at dodging the cover are all okay. And when you said what, obviously nearly drove off the road. Keen for Discord movie night? Heck yeah, Jen. Dodgeball was a lot like Laserball, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that logic tracks, definitely. We'll find some. I mean, once we run out of movies that are Laser Force adjacent, we won't probably do any more rewatchable style podcasts, but we'll certainly watch movies in the Discord because every time we do it, it's been a bunch of fun. I love it. There are people that make jokes throughout the movie, and if that's not your speed, no one takes it personally if you want to mute everyone else in chat. So. If you want to be there to make the jokes and hear all the yucks, that's a good thing. If you want to just be there to watch a movie in silence, that's also a possibility for you. I understand like people like Blue Sin get really angry when people make lots of noise with their free ice creams. But some people like ice cream at the start of a movie. Gibbo, why you gotta hate? Mute the mic when you open a chocolate. Yeah, exactly right, Jen. Exactly right. Okay. Well, look. We'll keep this one nice and short because the sun is shining outside. This guy is gonna go outside and play some disc golf this afternoon. I'm gonna get my arm in. Not calling him out. Yeah, no, I'd 100% call out Blueson. Bloody crybaby. But we'll have some content over the week. I don't know if we're playing Laser Force this week. Hopefully we will. If we do, I will try and stream it. I meant to stream last week. Again, this guy forgot a piece of the streaming equipment, so couldn't be streamed. It's so dumb. I even checked off everything before I went. Was like, yep, got this,
Obviously
got this. Perfect. We're good. We're golden. Get there. Like, oh, I forgot that piece. That's okay. We'll be able to push you.
You're so bad at this, Steve-O. You're so bad at
Someone
this.
Was like,
how are you so bad at this after so many times of doing it? Seriously, bro.
Every time it's a different piece. I'm like, oh, last time I forgot this. I've got this piece now. That's okay. I've got it. We're good to go.
You are a total squirrel brain. I love you very dearly, but oh my god, you and your brain and shiny objects and flashing lights, it's just not a winning strategy at all for you.
No, well, so yeah, it's really bad that we leave the management of this channel up to me. But whatever. It is what it is. It makes for interesting content and stuff. We walk the same path. Yes,
interesting content.
We didn't kill him. He's currently doing epic battle with the Rona.
With the Rona.
Yeah, so he's off on sick leave. But we will be back this week, Wednesday. Lego. I've got the rest of this build that I was building, a McLaren Sienna. We've got the rest of that build to do. Thursday, we've got another epic Thunderdome. Actually, there is something coming up for Thursday. I'm going to implement a new Channel Point redemption for Thursday, specifically a Thunderdome Thursday Channel Point redemption. So if you want to see what that is, come join us on Thursday. I'm pretty proud. I think it's going to be cool. I haven't quite worked out what the points is going to be that you need, but it's going to be a lot because there are a lot of you with a lot of points. So I'm going to look to clean you out. We'll see.
Of course you will.
Songs will be sung. Ales will be toasted in his honor. Exactly right. And then I don't actually know what we're going to be playing yet on Thunderdome Thursday, but me and Truly Awful will sort
video games.
Yeah, we'll sort something out. What have you got coming up in the next little bit, Dan? How's the new season coming?
New season's going actually pretty good for Diablo 3. It's actually nice having a non-power creep season. Eat a dick, Steve-O. Yeah, it's nice having a non-power creep season where it's a little more, straightforward as opposed to I'm trying to just find this one random great spawn object that is going to make me a god, as opposed to having to find, many great spawned objects to make you a god. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a good season to start so far. Actually, it's what I'm going to be doing after we get done here. Is I'll be streaming for another few hours because it's actually been fun. And then yeah, we've got our EP release show on June 10th. Um, I'm very excited to get the CDs back because Marco once again
Oh,
um
yes.
did the artwork that he did for the album. Once again he fucking killed it. It was way better than the
Yes.
original idea that Matt and I wanted. Matt and I just wanted like, oh yeah, we just the yellow blue version of the logo and the album title. And Marco went, yeah, that's cool. Can I give you some ideas?
Hold my beer.
And and it was like, yeah, yeah. And he came back with this idea. It was like, yes, yes, that's amazing. So y'all see that
Oh,
as
can't
that
wait.
comes.
That's
So
gonna be awesome.
yeah.
I want to do one last shout out before we end today. I found recently that a long time resupply slash laser force champion, our good friend Daz, has started or is starting his streaming journey. If you haven't already, can you go give Daz a follow, show him some love. I'm looking forward to hearing the shenanigans that he does on stream. He's a pretty fucking funny guy. So please go give him some love, give him a follow, show him some support because that dude's been a champion specifically in the resupply community for quite some time now. So yeah, go show him some aroha. That'd be fucking dope. Plus, like, I mean, for those of you who have been around the Laser Force community for a long time, you know how like entertaining Daz is. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll enjoy his streams as well. He was playing a little bit of what's that space game? What's the space game, Than? The space game. You know the space game, one in space.
You're gonna have to be a little more fucking specific,
It's the
asshole.
one, but it's the one with the space game. It's the one in space. He was playing the space game, not Space Invaders, not that space game. He was playing the space game. He's playing a space game on stream the other day. It was good. I liked it. No Man's Sky. There we go. Star Citizen. Stallion. That's so obscure. It's mad.
I'm not mad, Steve-O. I'm just disappointed.
He looks like he looks like you're at like a school assembly and you're like, oh, that's my fucking child, that one. Space game. Star Citizen isn't obscure? Is it not? I don't know what that is. Is that also a
It's
space
not
game?
super obscure, but it's obscure-ish, but it's not super obscure.
Also, very nice to see you, Stallion. Hello. He's playing Space Game the other day. Go watch play Space Game. It was it was really entertaining. But yeah, if you could give Dad some love, that'd be excellent. Look, for this week, we're gonna get the heck out of here. For this week, I have been guy next door. Oh wait. Speaking of Space Marines,
What?
you're playing Space 5. Oh, that's right. Let's talk about this real quick. Lucy played, obviously, I said Lucy was playing the last hurrah at the site, the old site in the Czech Republic. They played a game of Space Marines 5 in which there were 24 people in the maze.
12v12 with 2 commanders.
I was gonna do the math, but I didn't just in case I fucked it up.
Yeah, 12v12, 2 commanders, 2 heavies, 2 ammos, 2 medics, and 4 scouts.
And
They just doubled everything up.
Yeah, that's too many people. Crazy people. Yeah, that's a lot of people in a game of Space Marines.
I don't necessarily mind the 12v12 because whatever, it's the two commanders portion that is just really really broken.
So I asked the same question, Stallion, but yeah, it was confirmed that no, you can't do that. Because I was like, well, if you could, that would then cancel out the devastating effect that two commanders on each team would have, unless you dropped eight, like an 8 chain or something, which would be hilarious. But I would much rather see four teams of 6 in that kind of scenario. But that would be insane.
That would be insane. I mean, even if the arena can't support it, just the sheer fucking chaos of that would be. I mean, a couple teams are just going to get fucked on because that's just how that goes.
Yeah.
But from a chaos standpoint, that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, heck yeah. It's kind of crowded in there. Exactly right. You had to move as a complete unit. Yeah. It'd be like just a swarm of locust. Just moving like this. You'd love to play a 4x6 SM5. I think 3x6 would be dope. There's 50 something suits in Brisbane. So I could have sworn that you guys have played 3-team space 5 before, Troy. Is that not a thing that's happened, or you weren't a part of that or something? I vaguely remember that being a thing.
It's happened, but it was years ago.
Yeah. But not in a league capacity, right? It was just that they were running. You have? It sucks balls. Is that because there's only like the 2 kind of resupply spots, and then the last, whoever's not in one of those spots gets fucked? You played a whole season of it? Oh, brutal. That's not a good way to do it. One team gets screwed. Yeah, I mean that's the way of life. The runt of the pack is going to get wrecked. But yeah, I mean it's doable. If you happen to be in Brisbane, not next week but the week after, for any particular reason, I don't know why you would be, but if you happen to find yourself in Brisbane, maybe come along to Members Night and we try it out. Nice rhyme. Who rhymed? Not me.
Whatever.
Okay, look, we're gonna get out of here. Go enjoy the sunshine.
We're gonna actually get out of here this time and not extend the show another 10 minutes.
We'll see.
We'll see.
You almost bought tickets to Brisbane for this weekend? Oh, you must be stoked that you didn't. That's terrible. One last good news: Smalley in the Czech Republic for the SM5. What? Really? That's amazing. Man, Europe is cool. I can't wait till you guys start playing like the proper rule set. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Not super disappointed. Yeah, it is fucking brutal. Fortunately, our boys from these 4 walls were removed from a billing of a show. Things out of their control. Poor show management by all accounts. Yeah, oh dude, it seems like such a shit show, if you will. Yeah. All right, we're getting out of here. Going outside, we're gonna play some disc golf. I suggest you all go out and do the same while it's sunny, if it's sunny. Thank you. Oh, boy, g'day, mate. We're on the way out, mate. We're on the way out. For this week, I have been Guy Next Door,
and I've been Than. With a cat.
Always remember to backtrack, kids. We will see you next week. Ka kite anō.
I've been throwing down all these places I wanna go. Makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I've been throwing daggers in my dreams. If they seem to hit their target, it's harder than it seems. 'Cause you don't know what I know. And you don't feel the way I feel. In all these places I wanna go. Makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I'm a well-known stranger walking